with a video that I have wanted to make for a very long time, and I'm finally doing it. And that is, I want to talk about the pressure to read. So there are two main reasons why I want to make this video, and that's because there's two main types of pressure to read, in my opinion. Number one, when people see me reading books, and I do get comments like this sometimes too, and see me with books, acknowledge the fact that I'm reading, and then apologize for the fact that they don't read. Or the number two, sort of related, is like comments and stuff from people who are readers on like my YouTube videos and stuff. If I do like a wrap up that's like 18-20 books long, or when I see it in other people's videos and people apologize or say like, oh my gosh, I just can't possibly read that much, like it's a bad thing that they can't read that much. So I have one thing to say about this: you don't have to read. Disclaimer: the Holly that used to want to be a teacher is going to come out right now and say, now obviously if you are in school, I highly suggest that you read the books assigned to you by your teachers, whether you think they're crappy or not. It's an important skill for you to learn how to push yourself through things that you don't like and still be able to see value in them. But in your personal life, you don't have to read. So even if you have a YouTube channel that talks about books, you don't have to read constantly. If you have a blog that you blog about your books, you don't have to read constantly. You are not obligated to do that. In fact, I highly suggest you don't. If you are driven to read, read. But if you're not feeling that desire, stop. Do something else. Avoid the burnout, which I have done a video about already. Do not ever let someone pressure you to read. People shouldn't be pressuring you to do anything, and they sure as hell shouldn't be pressuring you to read. Now, as an aside, this also means you shouldn't be pressuring other people to read. If people don't like reading, it's not your job to find the book that's going to change their life. Now, if they ask for your advice, that's different. One of my best friends isn't a reader. She apologizes all the time for it, and I all the time have to tell her it doesn't matter. If you want to read a magazine, read a magazine. If you want to watch TV, watch TV. The fact that I read books doesn't mean I don't enjoy a good episode of Real Housewives of New Jersey. Like, it doesn't make me better than you. I personally love reading, and I will suggest a book if somebody asks for it, but I'm not going to push a book on somebody, and I'm never going to push reading on somebody. I make these videos because I like making them, because I like talking about these books. Just because I do a wrap up or a review and I say I really love a book or I suggest it is in no way me pushing you to read it. I've felt the pressure to read books before, and it sucks. And a lot of times it makes the books you read like kind of uncomfortable, because then you're like, have all this pressure in your head and you're like, nah. Maybe that's just me. So this video got a little out of hand from what I was planning on it being, but really at the end of the day, all it is let no one pressure you to do anything, but especially not to read. Unless you're in school and it's for your schoolwork, then read for school. Without the pressure, your enjoyment of reading is going to be so much higher. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the pressure to read. And I did mention suggesting books and recommending books, and I have another video I really want to talk about, which is a video called The Pressure of Recommended Books, where when somebody recommends a book to you, how you feel pressure, or I personally feel pressure when I recommend a book and somebody says they're gonna read it. I will like literally stalk your Goodreads when I see it pop up and be like, oh my god, what if they hate it? What if they hate it? Are they gonna hate me? Well, I do plan on doing a video about that soon. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that about the pressure to read or anything else, feel free to leave that down in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.